Hi there, welcome back to another brief interview. My name is Martin Inkumbi, and today I am joined by GIPF CEO Mr. Martin Inkumbi. Good day, Mr. Martin, how are you?
Good day to you. I am well, thank you.
Okay, so just to start us off, can you just explain to us what the Oryx Unlisted Property Fund is and its purpose?
Yeah, it is a fund, as the word saying, and the purpose is to invest in unlisted properties. So it is a fund that is established for that purpose, to which GIPF has committed capital, money, in this case 800 million. And the fund is going to be managed by Oryx unlisted fund managers, and they will basically be investing that capital in various properties in Namibia. This will be primarily commercial properties for retail and office space.
Okay, so why did GIPF choose Oryx properties?
Well, the selection of Oryx property followed the GIPF's normal service procurement process that we follow when we are giving mandates to qualifying fund managers to manage that fund. So we call for expression of interest or proposals from fund managers out there with capacity to provide the services that GIPF requires, in this case, the management of unlisted properties. And Oryx unlisted properties came out a successful bidder, and hence they have been allocated that amount.
Okay, so I want to know, why did you guys invest 800 million?
Well, the figure is really determined by or through a process. I mean, we as a fund are managing a pool of over 200 billion in assets, and we develop a strategic asset allocation which will guide us where we will allocate that capital, ranging from which markets, which asset classes, etc. And it is from that assessment that we have then concluded that for us to achieve our desired portfolio complex, we also need to have a certain amount of our portfolio of our investment invested in properties, and also specifically properties here in Namibia. It was not only the 800 million that has been given to Oryx Property Fund Managers in this case. There has also been other mandates that have been given to other fund managers for investing in properties, maybe different classes of properties in Namibia.
How will the funding be deployed over time?
Well, it will be deployed over time by Oryx unlisted fund managers identifying potential properties in Namibia, either for acquisition or development. So the structure is that you have the fund manager, you have the fund. The fund has got its own board of trustees. The fund manager, when they have identified a viable investment opportunity, will present that to the board of trustees of the fund, in this case, Oryx Unlisted Property Fund, and they will make a decision whether to invest or not to invest, and how much to invest in that particular opportunity. When a decision has been reached that they would like to invest because it's a good investment opportunity, then they will call on the capital portion of that 800 million from GIPF, and then GIPF will disburse that amount for investment purposes until the whole 800 million has been deployed or invested.
Okay, I'm very curious. Why was property identified as the right asset class for this investment?
Yes, I have mentioned earlier that the fund does invest in various classes of assets, one of them properties, but the fund has also invested in listed equity and in other investment instruments, including fixed income instruments. So this specifically properties and Namibian properties, because there is opportunity in the property market in Namibia to earn a return for the fund, and also we would like to have impact, because these commercial properties provide space for business activities to happen in Namibia. So we are contributing to that aspect as well.
Okay, what property developments can Namibians expect from this investment?
Well, the specific properties will be identified and selected by Oryx unlisted property managers, but this typically will be, the mandate is for commercial property, retail properties for retail space, meaning malls, office complexes, light industry, and also maybe mixed development, including a few residential units as well. So those will be the type of properties that Oryx unlisted property managers will be selecting and investing, either acquiring and or developing, in other words, building from scratch.
Okay, so the fund has a 10-year investment horizon. So how will you measure whether the investment has been successful or not?
Well, firstly, the capital will be deployed, hopefully that whole 800 million, and it will be invested in properties, either new ones that are developed, but I think the key measure is really the return that the GIPF will be earning on these investments. And at the end, we will be able to tell we have set a benchmark return, which is inflation linked. We are looking, it is aligned to the fund's long-term return objective. The fund would like, in the long term or medium to long term, earn a return of Namibian inflation plus 5%. So we will then be looking at what kind of return have we achieved on this particular investment. And the moment we have achieved the return that we have agreed with a fund manager in the management agreement, it will be a success. That is, of course, on the side of returns to the fund. But as I mentioned earlier on, these properties will also make space available for Namibian entrepreneurs and enterprises to operate from. So it does add value to the economy.
Okay, with GIPF holding a 99% stake in this investment, what are the risk management measures in place just to ensure that?
Yes, the GIPF is the anchor investor or the major contributor to this fund, meaning that 99% means the GIPF is contributing 99% of the capital. The other one is coming from, the 1% is coming from the fund manager itself, Oryx unlisted investment managers. They will also make that contribution. So that will constitute the pool of funds. Now, how risks are managed, the structure has got various role players. There is the fund manager that is responsible for identifying investment opportunities, conducting due diligence, etc., and then presenting such opportunities to the board of trustees of the fund, which is an independent board of experts, investment experts. The majority of them are nominated and appointed by GIPF, but there will also be those that are nominated by the fund managers, and they will be doing the assessment for each opportunities and make an investment decision. And once that investment decision is made, capital is deployed. But after that, of course, there is ongoing monitoring of the investment and making sure that it's a success and that it yields the return that everybody expects. So we do believe we have got a very robust risk management framework that is managing these investments. It's not the first time. This is a replica of the various investment arrangements that GIPF has been deploying for many years. And the performance of the GIPF fund is really attributed to the same model that we have applied for over many years.
Okay, so beyond financial impacts, what do you think this fund will bring towards the economy in regards with economic growth and job creation?
Of course, properties are an asset class that is out there in the economy that is, firstly, if it's a new property that is being developed, you can just imagine there's construction ongoing. There will be employment created. And after that, say, for example, it's a commercial property or it's a mall, there will be retail space, there will be shops that are renting from there, providing products and services, and there will be people employed in there. So those are the outcome of such an investment, that it has got tangible, real impact in the livelihood of people, including those that will be employed there, those that will be making use of the services and products that are provided by entrepreneurs out of those assets.
Thank you so much, Mr. Martin.
Thank you very much.
That was our interview with GIPF CEO, Mr. Martin Inkumbi. For more on this and other stories, don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms.